wrap her up today. And that is that righteousness from God results in humility before God. You see, when we're saved and realize it's not our righteousness that saves us, but righteousness which God credits to us because of our faith, that is a gift that we can take no credit for. So when I have been saved by the righteousness that God gives me as a gift from Him, how can I ever be boastful or prideful or arrogant about a gift? Something I did not pay for, I could never earn or be good enough to deserve. That's what grace is all about. The Pharisee was not right with God, but thought that he was. The tax collector was right with God because he admitted that he wasn't. It's the posture and the disposition of the heart. When we are humble before God, this is based on our awareness of what we really deserve. And I just want to ask you, what do you know when it comes to God and you? Do you know what you really deserve? First service, just as quiet. A clue, it's hot. You can say it out loud in church. I know I deserve hell. Do you deserve hell? You see, if you don't know that you deserve hell, how can you know that you need to be saved? When we say we're saved, saved from what? We're saved from sin, the flesh, the devil, and hell. We're saved from all the things that each one of us deserves. We all deserve hell. So when I'm humble before God, this is where it starts. It starts by me saying, "Dear Holy God, I agree with you about who you say you are." I don't understand people who are redefining God. I'm talking about clergy, ministers, men and women, preachers. That's a whole nother sermon. Redefining God, saying, "God, I know what you said in the Bible about who you are, but I don't like that, so I'm going to redevise you. I'm going to reconfigure you to be compatible with my preferences, like a divine app that I can customize." Wonder how God feels when we disagree with his autobiography. When we say, "God, I know how you described yourself, but I don't like the picture that you painted of you, so I want to paint you over." That's not how it works. Humility before God starts with me saying to God, "Oh, Holy Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I agree with you about who you say you are in this book." Here's the second thing. It's not only agreeing with God about who he says he is. Humility before God is when I agree with God about who he says I am. And God makes no mistakes about it. We are all sinners. And when it comes to this thing we talk about, being saved, becoming a Christian, being a follower of Jesus, it starts with what I remember learning when I heard a teacher in one of the churches where I served teaching her class about salvation. She called it the ABCs of salvation in the Bible school class. Admit, believe, confess. So when you're teaching the children the ABCs of salvation, what does admit mean? Admit what? To be saved, you have to admit you're a sinner. That's the starting point for salvation. I admit to God that who he says I am, I really am. He says I'm a sinner. God, I agree with what you say. I sure am a sinner.